Hello, Rigsers. Welcome to episode 10 of the WRIGS Podcast, the weekly reflection, introspection, gratitude, and sharing podcast. Week 10, episode 10. Fairly in a good mood lately, fairly in a good mind headspace. The Christmas break's over. I'm excited about the future. The weather is great. My life is on track. It's all green lights at the moment, which is good. I think I'm just saying this makes me feel grateful for it. It's I need to appreciate that more, because it's not something I do a lot. Just stop, reflect, and appreciate what's going on at the moment, which is why I'm doing this podcast. It's meant to be reflection and gratitude, so we're starting well this week. But yeah, it's going to be an unscripted episode once more. Probably on 70% unscripted and 30% where I actually made some dot points. But yeah, just going to go through the week, I guess, just the usual thing. Starting with Monday, where I coached early in the morning, which I normally don't do. But my boss wanted to give me more hours before I was on break for a week. So I'm grateful for that, because it was a little bit more money in the pocket. And yeah, that was pretty cool. Then I went to the osteopath for an appointment for my back, which is improving, but very slowly. Definitely not as fast as I'd like to, but I've got to stay patient. Okay, I'm grateful I'm able to move a little bit and I'm in less pain, but I get those moments of sharp pain in the day that remind me that it's not over yet. So gotta stay focused on doing the rehab and stretching a lot and not training as hard, which is annoying because I feel like I haven't trained hard in a long time, but it is what it is. Better do the right thing now than paying for it later. Reminds me of a quote that I heard. You're gonna have to do hard things. You can either do them now, or you can do them later, but even harder. So just gotta stay focused on the rehab and be patient with my body. That are giving me some rest though, mentally not training as hard, so it's good. But yeah, gotta keep at it. On Tuesday was just another day of coaching, the usual. Nothing really special to mention mentally. I had been thinking a lot about, mentioned in the last episode, about how I was following that girl again on socials and how I was scared of falling down the rabbit hole of putting of comparing my validation to the fact that she would approve like me or not. So Tuesday, I think I was a little bit down because I gave into it a little too much, but I had to. I knew it didn't make sense. I knew it wasn't, like, my fairy tale outcome was not gonna happen, but yet I had to sort of see it for myself. And when it didn't happen, when things stayed, when the conversation ended, I guess, there was a part of me that was a bit like disappointed, but also I knew it was gonna happen like this, and I think the difference with me in the past is that I anticipated it, and because of that, I don't know, I was disappointed, but I didn't put myself down. I was more like, oh well, you tried, with a very subjective, I don't know, like I didn't invest my soul into that, and I didn't base my validation, my worth on whether or not me flirting with her again would lead to something or not. I stayed true to myself. I respected my boundaries. Not that they were crossed, but yeah, I think a past version of me would have bent backwards to try and reignite something that's not able to reignite really. And yeah, after that, I was able to like move on a lot quicker than I thought I would. So it's been like up and down, but I'm glad I did it the right way, if that makes sense. That I didn't pour my soul. I was just curious to see if something would come out of it, even though it was not likely it would. So I guess I took risks, but I guess I definitely got out of my comfort zone, but not to the point of destroying my mental health. So yeah, progress on this. Yeah, good stuff. Wednesday was a lot of cleaning before my mom arrived on the Thursday. So I've tidied up my place, cleaned it, get the sheets ready, blah blah blah, all these things, which made me feel good because the place needed it. So like a decluttered space is a lot better for your brain. If you ever feel like you've got too much on your plate and you're thinking about a million things at a time, clean your house. Yeah, a decluttered space is helps for a decluttered mind. I don't tidy my stuff often enough, but I want to get more on top of it this year. Even though I'm not really the New Year's resolution type of guy, I guess it's something I want to make a bit more efforts on. And then I had therapy on Wednesday, which went pretty good. Was able to mention, I guess, the two main things that were on my mind at the time. So the fact that I was following that girl, etc., and we were able to have a bit of a conversation about it, and pretty much realized that what I did was okay. Like I've just explained, that yes, I took a risk out of my comfort zone, but I didn't assign my worth to the answer, to the outcome of it. So that was a positive. The big conversation, well, the other big subject was how I was a little bit anxious about my mom's coming here, not because of her, but because of her partner, and how we left things the last time I saw him. And we had a bit of a chat as well, and I told her my plan to, told my therapist my plan to set my boundaries and explain that it was all forgiven what happened, but that it will never to happen again. And yeah, we just discussed how I would feel depending on how he would react, and I think I was pretty grounded. It was just me setting my boundaries, protecting my future self, which is something I do a lot now. I think of me not really in the now, but in the future, and I really try to think, okay, if I do this or if I don't do that, what is the effect that it's going to have on future me? And that helps me make better decisions. So yes, it's what I've been trying to do lately as well. I can't really remember if I've mentioned it in the past episodes really, but I'm doing it now, or I'm doing it again because, well, if I have, then it's that important. That shift of mindset from, oh, I'm the person that's always get this or that, I'm always unlucky, or I'm always poor, or I'm always missing out. These are kind of like looking at you in the past, whereas if I look at me in the future, it's like, no, I'm the one that putting money on the side and I'm investing money for future me. No, I'm not gonna drink too much this weekend because future me is gonna suffer from that. And sometimes it's the opposite. No, I've been working a lot, and if I want to keep the pace for future me, I need to blow some steam and I need to go out this weekend. So, you know, it's just about thinking about the future version of yourself. Maybe next week, you, next month, next year, next 10 years, you, and try to do what's best for future you. Don't focus on what happened in the past, focus on what you're becoming. It's something I've seen on my socials as well that I thought was very adequate, very good for these days, very appropriate to share for these days. So I'm sharing it with you now. But the good thing is that we talked with my therapist, we talked about those two things within maybe half an hour. So I still have another 25 minutes of session to explore something that I've actually really wanted to explore for a little while, but we didn't have quite the opportunity because my mind was so cluttered with other issues. So the whole sort of day-to-day issues are under control, let's say. My behavior, oh, I don't know, is correct. I'm doing the right thing at the moment. So we've actually been able to work more on deeper thing, more like core feelings, core emotions that I've got. And turns out we're probably gonna try EMDR on the next station, which is eye movement desensitization and reset. So I think it has something to do with like moving the eyes and thinking about stuff to be able to change the narrative or reset how we feel about certain things. So I'm really excited for that. This is something I've been wanting to do for 2 years now. Yeah, almost 3 maybe. Since the first time I've been recommended it. My previous therapist, we didn't do it, he never explained why. My current therapist said it wasn't the right thing to do when I first started, because there was basically EMDR is sort of like, say you've got fear of plane or flying or whatever, you're like a real phobia, and even walking towards the plane you get very scared and you start shaking or whatever, how it manifests on you. And this is EMDR will help with this, because that's when a past trauma really affects the present, whereas my trauma, every time I was able to think about it and talk about it without being too affected in the present. So which is why she said EMDR will not be beneficial at the time anyway. But we've moved to something a bit more it all comes from a quote that I've heard and that I've mentioned to my therapist. What I was lacking, the things that I was lacking as a child are the thing that I'm seeking validation from as an adult. As an example, most people that didn't have a lot of money when they were kids, or felt like they didn't have a lot of money when they were kids, tend to feel more better about themselves when they have a lot of money. They're going to pursue money even though they've got more than enough. It's likely never going to be enough, because as a kid they didn't have any, so they need to have a lot today to feel like, to calm down their fear, etc. And that quote resonated with me, but I didn't know how it applied to me. I didn't see what it is that I was lacking that made me feel so down into today's age. And my therapist pretty much went on to affection, because I think the thing that I'm longing for the most is a romantic relationship with love, support, ups and downs, everything that a relationship brings to the table. And I'm desperate for it, really. I think I mentioned that before. I'm really happy with my life, but I don't think I will ever be happy until I find someone to share it with. I think this is the thing that I need the most to feel validated. And so when I told my therapist that I failed to see what happened in my life, what did I lack when I was a kid, for me to be seeking a relationship so much. And basically, well, it's affection. She asked me a simple question: Do I remember moment? Do I remember feeling loved when I was growing up? Whether it's a big hug from a parent, or I don't know, whatever it could be. Was there any moment where I really felt like I really belonged, like I was loved and supported, etc.? And whether it happened or not, I don't remember it. I could not tell her of one example of me being younger and really feel like everybody in the room loved me or something like that. And then once I realized that, I was like, oh, so this is why I'm looking for affection so much, relationship, love, because I lacked affection when I was a kid. Whether I effectively lacked it, or I just feel, or I just don't remember having it, it's the same result. But I was admitting it was very hard, because I thought it would put a different light on my parents. But as she mentioned, my parents just tried their best with what they had. And as I'm growing up, it's funny, I don't really see my mom and dad as mom and dad. I see them as humans with their quality and their flaws. And it's good to realize that this is why I feel like this these days. But now I think the next step, we're going to explore EMDR to try and see if there's actual memories or not of me being loved and feel affection and support. So basically we're moving forward, and I don't know, I like the path we're going down to. I think we're making good progress, and then I am making good progress. So grateful for the hard work of it. It's been seeing her for maybe 13 months, 14 months, and it's good. So if anyone is considering therapy, just I would highly recommend to try. It's hard to find the right therapist. It took me three tries, but now I did, and I'm really grateful for it. Thursday mom got here, which is good. So I'm gonna put like all those from Thursday to today. Today's Monday. I'm gonna put all of that together, because it's just been quality time with mom and her partner. We're just going around, really. Went to the beach, restaurant, eating out a lot, driving them around. But it's good. I'm not working. Got a bit of time off. I went to CrossFit with my mom. We trained together. She's hung out, like I've got friends who came with us at the beach to hang out with us. So I'm really glad mom gets to see everyone. And it's been training, so I'm pretty tired now, but they're leaving. Got one more day together tomorrow, and after that they'll be leaving, so for 2 weeks. So I'm going to enjoy tomorrow as the last day. And try to be in the moment and appreciate tomorrow as I have the last few days. And one of the biggest things though is that the conversation that I've been wanting to have with her partner, just to explain that what happened back in August has really hurt me, and as much as I forgive him for what happened, and he doesn't need to apologize. I don't think he ever will, but that's another story. But it doesn't matter if he does or he doesn't. I forgive him. He needs to know that it was not okay, and this was the last time he talked to me like he did. That was the first and last time. And I've asked Mom what she'd think of that, if I should talk to him when she is there or not, etc. She reckons it would be better if she's not there. And then she has asked me also if I could wait, because so they're on a road trip and they're coming back here, then they're going to New Zealand to see his son, and basically and then they're coming back here, and she has asked me to wait until they are back here because she doesn't want the threat of my conversation hanging over his time with his son, which is fair. Like, I understand where she's coming from. I'm a little bit annoyed because I would have preferred have that conversation sooner than later. But look, it's something I can do for her. She's done a lot for me, and I'm happy to try and do that for her. So I'm a little bit frustrated. There is things right now, like spending a lot of time with them. I'm a little bit drained. I know that I'm a little bit on edge, that I can be a bit snappy because I'm biased with his behavior. And I think because I've got this thing brewing on my mind, I think that I'm really sensitive to all the things that frustrate or annoy me, as opposed to the things that I like. And it's like if you think you really sick and tired of seeing yellow cars on the street, all of a sudden all you see is yellow cars, or even if there's not that many, when there's one you see it straight away. It's kind of how I feel. I think it wouldn't be fair on me to put everything on him. I'm as much responsible for the way I see things and the way I react to things. And I really realized it today. When I was just in my head, I was just like, fuck me, man. Why is he so much like this and some blah, blah, blah. And I was like, but why am I so much? Why do I focus so much on the negative? And I think it's because I'm frustrated, and there's this part of me that wants revenge for what happened in August. And it's okay, it's normal, it makes sense. I'm only human, and I'm trying to do what's right for me. And I've been thinking about it for 5 months now. I thought when they came, it would all be clear, or I would clear it up when they came here, and I'll have to wait another 2 months. So it's all normal. I just gotta remind myself that I gotta stay patient sometimes, even though it's hard. That doesn't make me a bad person, and that doesn't make him a bad person. He's a very nice person. I just think we've got very different energies, but I'm not the one living with him, so I'll be okay. I just need to set up. I'm looking forward to getting this sort of my chest one last time, sort of officially, because a lot of people around me know how I feel, but not the main suspect, not the main person concerned. So I'll be a lot better once I'm able to get that off my chest for good. Just a little longer to wait. And I think that's it. Actually, I thought on Tuesday I went to see the cricket with my friend for his birthday, and it was kind of nice. I was in a great headspace, unfortunately, because of the two things that I was thinking about and that I had to tell the therapist. But I'm glad I was there for his birthday. We went to see a cricket game that we lost, but yeah, no, it was fine. It was good to see him. It's good to see my friend in good spirits. He hasn't been like this so much lately, so that was nice. He came for dinner as well on Saturday with us because he's met mom and her partner before, so it was nice to be the four of us, just to catch up. Yeah, what I've been doing, cleaning. Yeah, I'm very grateful to mom and Chris, her partner. They've been paying for pretty much everything. Every time we eat out, etc. It's been really nice. It's one more thing that I thought I was like, oh, I saved for it, so I knew I had money to spend with them. But I was like, oh, there's part of me that was thinking, as soon as they go, I have to hustle back in so hard because I'm gonna spend all the money that I saved for them. But the fact that she's paying for everything is like, I can ease back into it, and yeah, I'm very grateful for that. I'm lucky, really. I know that it's not everyone that can do that for their kids, and not only mom can, but she does. So yeah, I'm grateful for her. I'm a lucky boy. Lucky boy. What are we? Monday. I think that's it. It's gonna be a short episode today. But it's been mainly time with mom, time at the beach in nature, friends meeting my mom, making efforts to come and see her and me. So I'm just grateful for my friends. Grateful for mom who's coming all across the world to see me, and yeah, grateful for this podcast. Yeah, I think taking those, what are we, 27 minutes in, those 27 minutes just to realize how lucky I am and how good my life is. It's good. It's a good reminder. It's really, yeah, it's good stuff. So I guess I'll keep going with the podcast, and you'll see me next week again. Yeah, maybe time to buy a proper mic. I'll look into that. Maybe not for next week, but sometime soon, hopefully. Look, it's a short one. It is what it is. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Hopefully you got something out of it. You can reflect on your life as well, and remember the little things that we take for granted that are actually really nice. So as always, I'm doing this for me, but I hope it can help you. See you next week.